Hi guys, good afternoon. This is Vic Madriaga. We're currently live on YouTube right now. This is also broadcasted on vicmads.com/webinar. We'll be waiting for a few minutes, probably 2 to 3 minutes, for a couple of webinar attendees. So stay tuned. For the meantime, I'll be sharing my screen first. We will start in 2 minutes, so please stay tuned. Hello, guys. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay, guys? Um, I think I'm able to broadcast live now, but let me repeat myself. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. This is my 10th year in the blogging industry, and the reason I'm doing this is for the reason that it's my way of paying it forward.
Hello guys, can you hear me okay?
To everyone. So I've been blessed. I've been very blessed for a couple of years that I've got a lot of mentors and I was able to learn from the experts. And the rest were actually self-taught. There were things that I discovered on my own. There were things that I had to experiment on my own. So this webinar is for bloggers, for business owners who wanted to promote their businesses online, and also for content creators. Again, the reason I'm doing this is my 10th year of in the blogging industry, and I wanted to do it to make it or to pay it forward to everyone who have supported me all of these years. And we are joined by people with intentions to join this webinar across the globe in United Kingdom, in Doha, Qatar. A lot of my friends told me that they'll be joining or they'll be viewing the webinar. And let's begin. So let me share my screen. I apologized earlier. I was actually on mute. So this is actually the, we're actually live, so anything can actually happen. Again, the difference for this webinar is I'll be showing the step-by-step on how I really promote online. So you will see a real life demonstration. So let's begin. So welcome to the social media webinar. This is using social media in blog promotion, but other than that, this is also for small business owners. So again, my name is Vic Madriaga, and my ultimate goal is to help out businesses flourish on social media. So basically, for the past 2 years, I've been working with a lot of brands, local brands to be specific. There are also international brands. I'm also a blogger. I'm a social media strategist. Let me begin by saying that I'm very fortunate to have my dream clients. And in the Philippines, I actually lead the social media promotion, social media marketing for a couple of food brands and non-food brands. One specific is Big B's, Boy Zugba, Missy Bonbon, Frozen Factory, The Nest, Giuseppe, Mason de Bonbon. Other than that, I was also tapped as one of the first few speakers for TEDx. That's TEDx in XU or Xavier University. And I'm also a Hootsuite ambassador. Hootsuite is a social media platform that I'll be doing a demonstration later on. So to begin with, once you have a goal or once you have a business and once you have a blog, the next thing to do is to promote it online. Why do we have to promote it? Of course, because it's one way of packaging ourselves as bloggers and ourselves as probably marketing consultants. It could be that we're business owners, we're event owners, event marketing owners, even any types of businesses, even automotive, anything. I'm not sure with Sari store, but definitely if you have one product to promote, if it's food, then it's the best way to go. The best way to go is through social media. So I'll be showing a couple of social media platforms that I believe that you can get the potential of tapping new audience or new clients, and how do we properly promote them on social media. So after creating a blog, it's time for you to set up your social media accounts. For first, or if you're a blog owner or a business owner, it's really a must to create your own Facebook page, a Twitter account, or a Google Plus account. A Facebook page, because most of us here in the Philippines have Facebook. It's the biggest social networking site. Next to that is Google, which has its own social media platforms, various social media platforms like YouTube and Google Plus. and also Google Plus for you to be able to promote it, or to promote it in, in some other ways. The best way to promote, or the best use of Google Plus, is through search engine. So the moment you post your blog post or your content or your business proposal on Google Plus, then if somebody's searching for a certain keyword, they might be able to see your Google Plus or um, your content. Meaning content is your post. And also make your social media accounts memorable. For me, I just use my name, or I just use Vic Mads. And also make sure that it stands out from everybody. Make sure you fill in. There's actually an about page here. I'll be showing that later on. It's best to fill that in with details. And for you to be able to start, I know a couple of you may be worried on promoting themselves online, but there are different ways and subtle ways to promote your social media accounts online. And one way for that is inviting your friends to follow or like your account. Make sure it's the closest friends. It's not just an acquaintance, because they may be shocked that you're promoting or that you're asking them to like your Facebook page. So first and foremost, let's start with Facebook page. So the Facebook page, the must-haves is a good caption, a link or the URL, and the visual. So the caption here is this part. So one example is Good Times Pomade. So for me, this is what I put in here is great hair days are here cause of Good Times Pomade. This is actually a pomada or a pomade, which is available here, and also here in Cagayan de Oro, also in nationwide, and also in Lazada. And I also asked people to read more, because this is just more of the general thing. So to be able to read more, I just click on the link, or I just gave out the link for them to click on. I've also included a couple of hashtags. A couple of my good practices is just 3 to 4 hashtags. Do not put in a lot of hashtags, as it may actually just be spam. For Facebook, they encourage no hashtag, but occasionally I put in hashtags. So for business owners, if you have a new event or a new product, the best way is to give a couple of description for your product and a photo of your product. Make sure also that the photo is stunning and it captures the attention of the people, because there's so much posts online and it's so hard to penetrate in. So we really have to get their attention. You should have a very good photo, and also very good lighting is a must. All right, for Twitter, good or must-have should be a good caption. This is where you can actually put in a lot of hashtags, probably 2 to 3, a link, and a visual. So for here, I posted in, this is kind of marketing, medyo marketing siya dating, because I put in here, finally my hair has stood up because of the Good Times pomade, and I put in the pomada here, the photo of the pomade. So why are hashtags very important for this particular post? This is just 2 to 3 hashtag. It's very important because this is one way for you to join in a conversation. For example, pomade. If you click on pomade, you'll be able to see a lot of posts regarding pomade. If it's about CDO, then it's more likely of Cagayan de Oro. If it's Good Times Pomade, this is actually a branded hashtag, meaning this hashtag was initialized brand, which is Good Times Pomade. All right, another good to have aside from Facebook, Twitter is Google Plus. So for Google Plus, a good caption. For me, I don't put in a lot of captions for Google Plus because the tendency in Google Plus is just scroll, scroll, and scroll. People will just scroll. But so we really have to get their attention the soonest. And I just put in the link with a visual. So for this one, this is just a hugot post regarding when you realize you miss doing one thing, and I put in a couple of photos. Or this photo is actually a royalty-free photo, meaning I can use this and I will not be sued because I copied the photo and used the photo. So if you don't have good visuals, I'd say you can actually search on Google royalty-free photos, and I mostly use it with my newspaper column and also a couple of my blog posts that I don't have great photos on. Next is Instagram. Instagram is it's next to Facebook because it's owned by Facebook. For Instagram, it's also the same. You should have a very good visual. Instagram is more on visuals, so less on caption, but there are certain times wherein, there are certain brands wherein they really they tell the story through the caption. But for me, I make sure that it's just very quick because of the attention span of the people. So for Instagram, make sure you have a good photo, good caption, just to describe what the photo is, and a couple of hashtags. So for me, I just put in 2 to 3 hashtags, and I put in probably 20 more hashtags on the comment section. In this way, hashtags are a good way to market as well, because people searching for a specific hashtag would click the hashtag and will be able to join the conversation. Can you still hear me, guys? Can you still hear me? Okay, very good. Okay, let me just share my whole screen. Okay. So again, a couple of social media posts or social media, a couple of social media networks that you can tap in is Facebook. Again, make sure you have a good caption, good visual, and a link and a URL. For Twitter, you should have a good caption, hashtags, link, and visuals. As well for Google Plus, a good caption, a quick one, the link, and also some visuals. And for Instagram, make sure you have a good caption and a great photo, because Instagram is really more for visuals. Okay, other social media accounts, platforms you can promote is Snapchat. You can also go for LinkedIn and Pinterest. These are other platforms you can actually join in and tap the potential of the market. When I say market, it also means audience. Okay, so let's go for some social bookmarking sites. So again, once you have a post or a photo to post, make sure you tap in Facebook, make sure you tap in Twitter, and make sure you also type in or make sure also join Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. Okay, so let's go for some social bookmarking sites. So a couple of social bookmarking sites you can tap on is Reddit, Delicious, and then Stumble Upon. So how do we promote this? Bookmarking is actually just saving your blog post or your content online for others to see it. And this is also good if people will be searching on the search engine. So there are things to remember when you are actually creating your Reddit or your social bookmarking account. Once you create it, it's time to promote, or it's time to share your posts online. And that is going to just make sure you have the following. You create the account, you submit the link, you input the title, and tag the categories. So for example, for this specific post, this is my Kamigan post. So just put in the URL, the title, and the category for the specific blog post. So let's do an example. So for example, I have here the Oak Room. I just finished creating the blog post for the Oak Room. So once I click on publish or update, it's time to promote. So just click on view post. Okay, and up here, you'll be able to see the link. The link is very important because this is what you will be promoting online. So for example, if we go on Facebook, what we can just do is just go to Facebook and just go to the specific page where you will be promoting. For this instance, this is on Wow CDO. So I just put in the link on Wow CDO. I make sure that it actually generates the photo or a couple of photos. And make sure that the post would intend the specific brand, because sometimes the blog will just generate random photos. So I'll just take out this and retain the rest. And I also make sure that I put in the specific photo which captures attention first. So for example, this one. Just put in one example to promote this is, check out what this gentle lounge can offer, or check out what this gentleman lounge can offer. Or probably check out what's inside this CDO Gentleman's Lounge. And then I just click on published. All right, once it's published, Jen, just let it be. Just promote it or just let it stay there. And people from various people who like your Facebook page, majority or mostly, will be able to see what you've actually promoted. For Twitter, just copy this. Go to twitter.com. And then copy. What I usually do is just copy and paste. And remember that Twitter only has a couple of characters. And I put in the link. And then hit on promote. For Twitter, what I also usually do is just click on pin. or add to a new moment or pin to profile. I usually do this for new blog posts because people searching for your profile will be able to land on the or will just be able to scroll on the first few moments of your Twitter timeline. For Instagram, what I usually do is just post the photo and put it on Instagram. Now, that's for the social media accounts. How about for bookmarking sites? It's just the same. Make sure you create your own bookmarking account. Put in the URL. Wait for it to auto-generate. And then it's asking for a title, so I just copy and paste the title. And it's asking me for a category. For the category, I just put in probably travel or drinks. Make sure that you click on I'm not a robot for you not to be categorized as a spam. And make sure you read the content. And then click on submit. If the Reddit does not exist, just edit, delete that, do it again, and hit on submit. Now the Oak Room, a gentleman's lounge in Cagayan de Oro, is already up on Reddit, and people searching for certain categories will be able to share this. They can upvote or downvote. The moment people upvote you, you'll have a lot of exposure on Reddit. For Delicious, you can just click on Add Bookmark and just do the same thing. So for me, the title, a little bit tasky at the very beginning, but you will reap rewards because you'll get most of the traffic from Google. Get the URL. Let me just delete that. Put in tags. Comment, I just leave it as it is. You can public, or you can set it public or private. I prefer to do it publicly. And then just add the link. And it's now here. That is for Delicious. For Stumble Upon, it's also the same. Just copy and paste the link. Is it safe for work? Yes. And then I just put in travel because I'd like to get people coming outside from CDO to come into Cagayan de Oro. I can also put in additional tags like drinks or liquor and hit on save. All right. All right, so it has been added. And when you click on Stumble, you will stumble upon a couple of pages that were also added by people here. So one good thing about Stumble is, this is just random people sharing their own pages or interests. And when you click on Stumble, it goes directly to another page. So this is also one way of promoting. So again, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also social bookmarking. So this is an example of a page that has been bookmarked by someone. Okay. All right, let me just close that. Now, a couple of things also, let's go back to the presentation, is blog commenting. So one way to get readers is by commenting on certain blogs that's with the same interest as you. For commenting on blogs, make sure you read the blog post and comment accordingly to what is being posted, not just thank you for sharing this. So make sure that it's you on the display profile or display photo. Once they comment, reciprocate, you can actually go to their blog, leave a link, read the whole post, be timely, just don't put in a generic one. Don't spam, and also you may ask question. So for this one, this is actually for my Kamigan post. Penda Pen, which is also a CDO bloggers, dropped a comment. I replied, but I also commented on her blog post, and also Shira. So one example on how to comment on a blog post is by going to a blog. This is from jencrossroads.wordpress.com. She's a good friend of mine back in high school. She's actually in Qatar, if I'm not mistaken, Doha, Qatar. And this is her blog. So I will read this later on. And to comment on the blog post, normally it's just at the bottom. Or we can just click on or leave a comment. Now to leave a comment, you can just click here. You can put in your email address. Make sure it's your public email or private email. You can put in your name. What I usually put in lately is vic@vicmads.com, and I just put in my domain name or URL. So for example, I just put in here, I will not post this, but for example, great photos. And you may ask question. You may ask a question to the blog owner. For this one, it's very obvious that I haven't read this because I'm asking where's this specifically, when in fact there are already details here. So make sure you're very cautious once you're commenting. The moment you click on post comment, your photo will appear, your name will appear, and when they click on your name, it will go to vicmads.com or your blog post. And this way you're building links, and people reading your blog post might be able to check your blog post as well. A good way, if you have a blog or a business website, is to put in the Shareaholic plugin. The Shareaholic plugin makes it easier for you to promote. So for example, for the Oak Room, I just click on Facebook. And it will auto-populate for me. But I prefer not doing this because it will auto-generate a photo not the same with the brand. So I just copy and paste the link on Facebook. But this is one way, a lazy way to actually promote your blog post on Facebook. You can also promote it on Twitter. And just click on tweet. So that's one way of promoting your social media or your blog posts or your content on social media. All right, so what is my checklist in promoting my content on social media? The moment I hit on publish, I immediately share or schedule on Facebook. I share it on Twitter. I share it on Google+. I share it on Pinterest by pinning it. I post on Instagram or Snapchat. I bookmark it. I comment on a blog post, and I repeat the process. But what I normally do sometimes when I don't have all the time in the world is I normally do this part: publish, share, schedule, share on Google+ on day 1. I pin it and post it on Instagram or Snapchat on day 2. And on day 3, I do the bookmarking On day 4, I comment on a blog post and I repeat the process as I have a new blog post or content. This is normally for bloggers. But if you're a, if you're a business owner, it's a lot easier because you don't have a blog to promote. So it's a lot easier for you. You can just choose on specific social networking hashtag or social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Those are the staples in promoting your business online. Another way to promote, or another way to make it a lot easier for you to promote your blog post or your content online is using Hootsuite. Hootsuite is a leader in social media management. This is actually my little social media command center where this is my one way of looking on a 360-degree on a certain brand. So for example, for my specific brand or for my specific Twitter account, this is my one way of monitoring everyone or specific post. For Big Bees, this is one way for me to listen what are the specific new posts coming from the people who love Big Bees. I'd also be able to see what are the specific photos that are seen here. So if you have a business or if you are a blog, this is one way for you to be able to see what's really happening across your business. So for me, this is my social snapshot of the brand. You can monitor it by hashtag or by specific place. I can also reply to them via Hootsuite, so it's a lot easier for me to just put it on the same page and not go elsewhere. So this is my little social media command center. I'd be able to see everything that is happening on the internet, majority of them. And I can also schedule. So basically, if you have a new blog post, I can just click on the link, copy the link, put it here, and just probably copy a couple of sentences coming from my blog post. And I can schedule it on Twitter. For this one, this is for Wild CDO. So I just put in Wild CDO. I click on Twitter. So you can basically add social networking sites like Twitter, Facebook, Google+, or Instagram. And sometimes I just let Hootsuite schedule it to the most specific time that has the most number of people. And then I just click on auto schedule. If I go to Wow CDO, let's see if it's scheduled. It's not here. Let's take a look on the stream too. So this is one way for me to see what's really happening around Cagayan de Oro. So I scheduled it and it will be up 20 minutes from now. So basically there could be a lot more people after 3 p.m. Okay, so just to give you a quick summary. Again, once you hit the publish button, schedule or share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Google+, pin it on Pinterest, post it on Instagram or Snapchat, bookmark it on a couple of bookmarking sites like Reddit, Delicious, and Stumble Upon, and comment on a blog post. Don't be shy, let's connect. You can actually send me a tweet on Twitter. You can also follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. I'm also on Facebook and YouTube. You could also email me for questions on vicmads@live.com. You can check out my blogs, wowcdo.com and vicmads.com. And you may also check me or check my weekly tech lifestyle column on Urban Life Mindanao Gold Star Daily. If you have a couple of questions, feel free to DM me or send me a message on Facebook, and I'll be able to reply as soon as I can go online. This webinar is also recorded. I will be sending you the preview or the replay via email. I apologize for some technical difficulties like earlier, but I'm pretty much sure I've covered everything. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me offline. I believe that's it. So let me stop the sharing. If it's too fast, again, don't worry, because this webinar is actually recorded. After this webinar, it will be available on my YouTube channel. And again, for more info, feel free to tweet me or send me an email on vicmads@live.com. Have a great day, everyone, and happy Sunday. Bye-bye.